Well, George is probably the best guitarist in the band, and he plays bass as well, so it's quite funny. Got to humble him. He's a really good bassist. But like occasionally he'll pick up the guitar, practice, just start shredding. You're like, just like, you know, the greatest hits, 2010 or greatest hits medley. You're like, yeah, cool. Hey, I'm Lewis. I play guitar in the band Oversize, and you are listening/watching the Chronicles of Podcast.
Hello world, Wednesday 13 here.
Hey, this is Tom Stain.
Hello everybody, I'm Ronnie Ledrew.
Yes, my friends, my name's John Mahon.
What's going on, everybody? It's Tom.
And it's Jamie. Welcome to the Chronicles of Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, nays and M's, this week we are joined by a member of a band who are releasing their debut brand new album in only 2 days' time. He's so excited we may need to pause this at some point to check his vital signs.
Oh.
Hopefully, though, we can contain the excitement and make sure this interview doesn't fall apart. Here to talk all about the debut album Vital Signs, available on February 28th, and so much more. We are joined by guitarist Lewis, so everyone put your hands together as we bring you the Chronicles of Oversize.
How do you feel about that?
I'll be polite and no comment on that.
Normally, I apologise for him, but every time I said that to has been like, I fucking love it. What's wrong with you? Like, okay,
there you go.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry,
exactly. People love that shit.
They do.
Mate. You do.
Yeah,
I appreciate the time and effort, Ben, and
I know you've at least Google searched us, so that's quite good.
See, I did my research. Tom's found a kindred spirit. Someone is disappointed by my
top 5 on Spotify. Top 5 on Spotify.
Love it. First and foremost, Lewis, how's your personal Wednesday been?
Yeah, it's not been too bad, thanks. So yeah, it's been pretty busy. Up early. I'd work in London today, so yeah. If you like getting trains in rush hour, then I suppose it's pretty good. But if you don't, then fine.
On the daily, mate.
On the daily. Better to be chatting to you guys.
Oh, stop it. Way too kind.
So how we like to start these things, we like to take it right back to the beginning, the days of young Master Lewis. What did you want to be when you were growing up in your formative years? Has it always been music for you, or something completely different?
Formative years, for sure, music. Like my mum always used to call me Fad Boy because like I would just be like and that might sound inappropriate, but in terms of like fads, you know, like jumping onto the next fad or whatever.
See.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like FAD. And yeah, I was just like interested in everything, and every week I'd be interested in something else. And sort of when I hit music, that was kind of it for me. Then that was like, everyone was like, oh, thank God, like he's finally found something he's going to commit to. So yeah, formative years, pre-formative years, I'd said I really wanted to be a wrestler, probably.
Oh, go on, love it.
You know what I mean? I was obsessed with wrestling, you know, and I would watch it with my nan every Friday. My nan, bless her, still watches it now. I haven't watched it in a while, but she keeps me updated what's going on. So yeah, then I sort of got to secondary school and just started playing music and found punk rock, and that was done. So yeah, always wanted to be a rocker, really.
When you say you were like went for all these fads, I'm kind of intrigued now what a couple of these fads were.
Just like I was one of those kids that just like always dressing up as something. My nan was like a seamstress. I'm talking this whole podcast about my nan.
Sounds like a legend.
Yeah, she is. My nan was a seamstress, and she would just like sew me outfits and stuff. So like whatever I was into, I would just have outfits. Like there's pictures of me as Spider-Man at Legoland.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Love that.
Or I went up to London for a weekend with my mum, and I'm wearing like a Queen's Guards outfit in London. Like, and probably my mum shouldn't have enabled me, but yeah, maybe somebody thought I might go into fashion or at least some weird cosplay stuff. But yeah, no, I was just interested in everything. Pretty standard stuff for like a young lad to be interested in. football for a bit, and then got bored of that, and then Pokemon, Digimon, Beyblades, just anything really, anything that the consumer market was aiming for 7, 8-year-old, 9-year-old kids. I was lapping it up. So, but wrestling was like pretty constant through when I was a kid, and then found music. I started getting music when I was sort of like slightly before secondary school age, probably when most people start listening to music. And that was it. And a lot of that probably came from wrestling, to be fair, because some of the entrance tunes were massive.
Oh, huge.
Limp Bizkit performing live on, I can't remember what show it was, a WrestleMania or something off.
WrestleMania 19.
Or Motorhead, Triple H coming out to Motorhead on what?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
Iconic.
I was going to say, obviously, to do what you do, you've got to have a love for music, specifically alternative music. I was going to ask where that comes from, but clearly it's wrestling theme songs, and it makes complete sense.
Yeah, like I would literally have like all the CDs of like the compilations of the entrance songs, and just my poor granddad at the time, bless him, he's just sat there watching me do all of the entrance.
Love that
choreography, like. I'll tell you what. I'll send you guys a photo. It's like the most British photo ever. Like your classic, like old person's living room. I'll send you guys a photo. You can put it in the pod of me just in full Undertaker attire, and
yes,
a reference. But anyway, we're talking too much about wrestling. I think it's because it's all just been added to Netflix, hasn't it? And like, it's just been my comfort watch. Like in bed when I can't sleep, I've just been like. Just going back and watching anything from 2000 to 2004, I'm just like,
I've been doing it.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, when it first came back, when we went onto Netflix, the first thing I decided to watch was the Invasion pay-per-view. I don't know why that one of all of them, but yeah, it's a great show.
Yeah. What did your parents have music on when you were a kid? Like, did they listen to much stuff going? Oh, not really.
My mum's really musical, like musically talented, but she's not like a music nerd, so kind of just like pop music. And she's like has this weird like she grew up playing instruments and stuff, but has like a weird talent, where I remember she got this tin whistle out one day. I was like, what the fuck is that? She's Irish, and she got this Irish tin whistle out, and she'd be like, oh, name me a song, and I'll name a song. She'd just play it. I'm like, that was weird. That's so weird, but not really. There would always be music on in the car. But yeah, like I just loved watching the music channels when I was a kid. And a lot of it came from that. Like when I was young, like that second Nickelback album, the first big Nickelback album, I was like, oh yeah, what's this? I think it probably came from like, the Spider-Man 1 soundtrack with Jesse from Saliva in it as well.
Yeah.
Being inspired and just being like, I don't know, it's the guys from Spider-Man, just being like, yeah, this is fucking sick. So like, and like again, Limp Bizkit, from like wrestling and stuff, and then that was like kind of my real early entry level into like alternative. I mean, I really like Busted when I was a little kid.
Love that.
As a guitar entry into guitar, like that's the first ever concert I went to. Saw them at Wembley, and McFly opened, and I was just like, yeah, this is. And all of that sort of stuff, like School of Rock, even like the Freaky Friday movie, like they're based about bands and just thinking bands are cool, basically. And then through video game soundtracks as well, like huge thing for me, and then like got to an age, I was pretty young on MySpace, and then just went. The floodgates open for like just finding music. It was so easy to find music, and I was just finding bands that I thought were like amazing, but would be the equivalent of having like less than 1,000 streams on Spotify now. Do you know what I mean? But just being like, but when you're a kid, you don't care about anything other than music. You like hear a song and you think it's like the same as what's being played on the radio, don't you? So that was it really. I kind of just forged my own path in that regard.
What can you remember that moment you went from though, like, I love this sort of music to I want to start learning how to play guitar to play this sort of music myself?
Yeah, like I just to play an instrument, I played violin in like primary school, and I didn't really care about it, to be honest. And then when I got to secondary school, like they had that list of things you could learn, and drums were on there, and I don't know why I was like, I could do that. I want to do that. So yeah, I played drums for like a year, and then I just like I ended up teaching myself bass by accident. A friend left a bass round mine. Honestly, it was so stupid. Like left this bass around mine, and I was like, oh, let's see how difficult this is. Then I was like, and then like a bit of paper was hanging out of the gig bag, and it was tabs, but I didn't know they were tabs then. And I literally went, I wonder if those are supposed to be strings and those numbers are frets. And then I just played a Green Day song, and I was like, oh, I was like, fuck drums, this is sick. So then I like just played bass, and then kind of halfway through school just picked up guitar. I was like, oh, fuck it, might as well pick up guitar then. And it was a similar thing, to be honest. I was just like, oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, but I'm by no means a virtuoso. There's definitely 9-year-old kids in their bedrooms that are better at guitar than me.
Well, I wouldn't sell yourself that short, mate. You could like keep releasing your debut album and all this sort of stuff. You're doing all right. You're doing all right.
I read a review earlier that was talking about how there's no good technical stuff on the album, so yeah, I'm sure he agrees. Well, I'll do a shreddy solo on the next one.
Oh, that's it. Just shreddy solo. That's all it is. Just shreddy solos the whole way through.
All the way through. What about this? And just for him. Yeah. What about this, mate?
Yeah.
No vocals.
It's a Steve Vai record. What's this?
So bringing it onto the band, how did you guys meet in the first place?
So the majority of us grew up, and I said majority, 4 out of 5 of us all grew up in the same place, small little city, Salisbury, all around the same age. And yeah, there's not much to do around Salisbury. And when we were kind of like of a certain age, you know, sort of 16-ish, it was just like there's loads of shows on. It was really cool. Like pretty much every pub would put on live music, and it was just meant like DIY shows could happen all the time. Like people just put on shows with their mates' bands, and so I kind of met people sort of through that scene, and just sort of like the alternative culture. Like it was so, you know, it was such a thing back then. I'm talking maybe like 2007, 8, 9-ish time. You know, still on the tail end of that MySpace era. Social media hadn't started rotting people's brains just yet, and you know, people still generally would like sort of, if you wanted to do something, you'd have to leave the house. So, you know, not a dig, but you know, you'd either stay in, and
true though.
Or you'd go and hang out at a skate park, or you'd go hang out. Salisbury was the Guildhall, you know, sit on the steps of Guildhall, and hang out. And so, like, yeah, just met the guys through that, and then kind of everyone moved away and was doing their own things for uni or whatever. And when I moved back from uni, I kind of I was in another band at the time, and we were touring quite a lot and playing a lot of shows. And I just started writing some music in my downtime, and like completely different from the stuff I was playing in my other band. And yeah, I sent Sam some just like really janky demos that I'd been writing, and because I knew Sam from way back, and he had been doing other projects, and I remember thinking, oh, Sam's got a really cool voice. I really like his songwriting style. One day I'd like to, you know, if I ever do a project that's that sort of in that ballpark, I'm going to hit Sam up. And yeah, he dug it, and he was working with Shuttler, who plays drums, the other Sam. And he was like, well, I've got a drummer. And I'm like, oh, I didn't even, okay, cool. I guess, did we just become a band? And yeah, and then we just basically started writing up in Shuttler's. He had a little loft space, and he had electric drum kit in there, and we had a couple of 1-watt amps that we would bring up to the loft, and just like sort of jam after work and stuff. And that's kind of the origin of Oversize. But we on and off for like a year, 2 years, probably not 2 years, but like year and a half on and off. We might not even meet for like 4 or 5 months, depending on who was busy or what. And then it kind of got to a point where we were kind of everybody else's other bands had fizzled out or stopped, and I left my other band, and we're like, we should do this, like make this a proper band. So yeah, that was kind of how Oversize formed. And then our original guitarist left pretty early on, sort of like into within the first sort of 6 months of us gigging and stuff. And I'd seen Taz. I had a few mutual friends with Taz, and Taz popped up on my Instagram, shredding guitar, all the Midwest emo, janky, wangly shit. And I was like, oh, I can play. And was like, okay, cool. And actually, Taz, I knew the name from, we released like our first proper single, Drive, self-released it, and Taz was like shouting about it in a bunch of Facebook forums, being like, yo, this band is sick, I don't know if anyone's heard of it. So I was like, well, they like us. So and they can play guitar, so why not? And I didn't find out till later. Taz originally thought I was asking them to join play on drums, because they were playing drums in a hardcore band at the time. I was like, no, guitar. And Taz was like, well, I've never played guitar in a band before, but sure. So then Taz joined. But funnily enough, Taz is actually from like a town not too far, about half an hour down the road from Salisbury. So we all grew up in the same neck of the woods for sure.
That's awesome. I just love that. It's like, you saw a video of them shredding on guitar, and they thought that you wanted them to be a drummer. It's great.
Yeah, I think because like they were like in a band playing drums, playing shows, like actively as a drummer, but would just post videos of like guitar stuff on Instagram as like a sort of like a, I was like, that's good enough.
A question you probably get a lot, but I'm more interested in what came before. Obviously, where does the name come from? But what did you have before the name came about?
Do you know what? Like, we didn't have a name before it. It came like reasonably early on into that, like in that early process. I was when we were meeting in a loft. I was kind of like, we need to put a name to this stuff, and we kind of had a thought. And Sam had a previous project with another friend from Salisbury, and that was called like Blister, I think, or Blister, it's something around that. And so that's kind of cool. I think it was like named after a Jimmy Eat World song. But we never committed to it. And then honestly, we've had this debate recently, because I think I came up with the name, but Sam said he came up with the name, and I'm like, I don't think not because I want to take credit for it, because honestly, like looking at now, probably wouldn't have this band name because it's a fucking nightmare to Google us. Like, and also this is like before the oversized clothing was a fashion trend.
Yeah.
So like the word oversized wasn't really bandied around a lot of the time. And I think I can't remember what I thought of it, but I just thought that sounds like a cool 90s band. And we searched it up and there was no one called it. I was like, should we just call it that for now? Everyone was like, yeah, and then it just stuck. But looking now, it's like a nightmare. You type in oversized band and you're just like a million links to sort of like cheap Chinese warehouse factory, of selling knockoff band t-shirts. So yeah, probably not the smartest business move from a SEO perspective.
Yeah, but it took me a while to find you, but I did find you in the end. But I was getting
band.
Yeah, I was getting a lot of Asian posts and
yeah,
that sort of thing.
Yeah, it literally is. It literally is. Yeah. But that, yeah, not an exciting story on that. It was a word that
That's all right.
Sounds cool. Not named after. A few people have asked if we're named after the Basement song, Oversized, and it's not.
No. It's all good, man. I mean, I don't know how much you have involvement in the songwriting process. Is that mostly Sam, or do you get involved in that as well?
No, very much. So we actually all write. It's quite unique.
Oh wow!
Together, yeah, we all write pretty equally, I would say. So Big Sam, our drummer, writes. He plays guitar. We're all multi-instrumentalists. We can all play bits of everything. So Sam will write full demos, guitar, bass, drums, or ideas of like a chorus or a verse or an idea, but it will be like all of the instrumentation. Or George will come up with like a main riff, or Taz will come up with some bits and bobs, and then Sam writes the most of the vocals, certainly all the lyrics, maybe a few tweaks or to like melodies or final lyrics in the later stages from the rest of us. But I kind of like produce it internally. So somebody will come to me with a song, and then we will normally then sort of structure it and write it into a song together. So that's usually me or George or me or Sam or me or Taz that kind of write. So yeah, it's fun because it means when you hit that creative block, which so many people do, and me all the time, I can just go to one of the other guys. Anyone got an ideas or anything working on? And usually there's like, yeah, I've got a couple of songs. It's like enough to then get a spark going, and then it's like I'm inspired, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, now I've written a song. And yeah, so on Vital Signs, it's pretty evenly, I think, around 2 songs each that somebody at least came up with the main idea or the idea that brought the rest of the song together. So yeah, it's quite fun.
That's so cool. I love the idea that it shows that you all just keep swapping instruments. Yeah.
Yeah, because Shuttler can play guitar and bass. Taz obviously played drums in another band. I can play a little bit of drums, not that good. Like, I'm better at coming up with drum ideas than I am playing them, but I'm not like your typical guitarist, that just goes like max it out. So there's like 10 hands playing. But I think that like the good thing is, rather than like us physically swapping, it allows us to all be open with each other. Is you don't have that pressure. Well, I'm the guitarist, you're the drummer, you don't tell me how to write guitar. There's like none of that. It's like, because we all know, we all play, we all understand each other's instruments, that I can say to Sam, why don't we do that on the drums for that section? And he will be like, yeah, cool. Because we're all of that mindset of we're just writing a song, and whatever's best for the song will basically win. And if somebody doesn't like it, we have like an open challenge. Right? If you don't like something, then you have to come to the table with something better, or otherwise we're going to use it. So it's almost like an open challenge, like it's a come with a solution, not just finding a problem. So that's quite nice.
That's awesome.
I actually think that might be one of the first times I've ever had that answer, that everyone in the band can play multiple instruments and can all help write all aspects of a song. That's fascinating. I love that.
Yeah, it's cool. George is probably the best guitarist in the band, and he plays bass as well, so it's quite funny. got to humble him.
Yeah, you're too good, mate. Have 2 less strings.
No, he loves it. He's a really good bassist. But like occasionally he'll pick up a guitar, practice, just start shredding. You're like, okay, you're just like, the greatest hits 2010 Deathcore greatest hits medley. You're like, yeah, cool.
Yeah, oh, mate, I'll have that back now. Thank you. Yeah, I'll have that back. Check it. Yeah. All right, calm down. All right, calm down.
So, what about lyrics wise? Do you all help write lyrics as well?
No, that's mainly Sam. And I do think that's a good thing to go through like a single lens, because it has that continuity between songs. And like I said, like there will be little bits. It's happened a few times, but Sam's sent me like some demo vocals over, and I put them into our demo. We're always demoing stuff, and I've misheard a lyric, and then we've gone to like re-record them, and I've gone, oh, I thought it was this, and goes, oh, actually, I prefer what you thought I said than actually what I'm saying. Actually worked better, and it's always like, right, we'll just fucking change it to that then. So Sam does the lion's share of the vocals for sure, and then we kind of we always do like multiple stages of songs. So we'll have like the original like idea, which we call like a scratch, or we call it like a writing demo. That's then will get sent to Sam, and then Sam will come up with some ideas and send me some stuff back, and then we kind of rewrite the song then as like a second sort of stage. And then before we record, then we do like a pre-prod, and then we do like basically like a rehearsal run of recording, just to really work out each section. And that's where we'll tweak all the drums and rewrite the drums. And at that stage, usually between Sam sending the demo vocals over and then that stage is then when we like finesse and tweak vocal ideas and work out harmonies. But Sam often writes a lot of the harmonies anyway, but then I do quite a lot of backing vocals as well, so I might have some ideas and lay some harms down. And and then we get to studio and then we tweak it a little bit more there. So yeah.
I love that. I just love how it's one big collaboration, like it should be in a band. It's really nice to actually hear that.
Yeah, I mean, like it is weird in the sense that there's not a lot of bands, at least amongst peers that I know, um, that are like that. It really does tend to be like one person or two people write all of the music, um, which is cool. But it takes a lot of stress off me. It means I get to like play a bit of a producer and like not feel like the songwriting ends with me. That's really nice. Especially when you've got records. But it does mean that yeah, we have more than two. We have at least two SoundCloud accounts because we filled them all up with demos. So
Impressive.
It's not
we just
a bad
scrap them.
No.
Sometimes we're like, nah, scrap it. And also it's quite funny because when it's come to now, like we know we're going to have to play these songs live. A bunch of them we literally haven't played in a room together since they've been written, or like some of them were written not as a band in a room together. Some of them were written as someone's come up with an idea. Like a good example is George wrote that main riff to Fall Apart, and we were like, yeah, that's cool. And then George came around my house and like we worked out the verse and we worked out the bridge, and then it was like, cool, that's done. And then we didn't play it until it was like, should we play this live? And then you kind of have to learn the song, like learn your own song, everyone. And that's happened in the last few weeks, getting ready for our album release shows. Like, I don't think maybe we jammed something clean, but a bunch of the non-single tracks, even Vital Signs, we wrote that in a room together in 20 minutes before a gig. And just as an album closer, because we knew we needed an album closer, and we were all together in the same place, and we are like, let's just quickly write a track on it. It's about 30 minutes, and we're like, cool, bank that. Like Taz has got the phone recording from us starting that song to the end of the song, and it's on the voice note. And then we kind of just like demoed it, put it in the studio, but never played it in a room together. So it's like, oh shit, we need to work out how to play this song live, like how are we gonna translate this from the record to live, because it's usually the other way around, right? Bands play songs live and then you translate it to records. So yeah, that happens quite a lot.
I love that track as well. That's from
you.
what I've listened to, that's my favorite song, Vital Signs. I
wow.
absolutely love it.
So funny, purely written as an album closer. We knew from the start we wanted to have like a bookend. It's quite a funny story from both the intro and the outro of the album, the first and last tracks. We had most of the album written, we had a bunch of songs written, but we didn't have an intro. And I was going through my hard drive looking for something else, accidentally opened a project. I was like, what's this? Because we always call songs stupid names as well when they're in the demo state, like stupid names. And I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, stupid. Clicked it, and it turned out to be Stalling. It was a demo of Stalling that Big Sam had written probably like a year, 2 years ago, and we'd never done anything with. I was like, this is kind of cool. Like, put it into Logic, like quickly swapped some plugins around and did some edits. And I was like, this could work as an intro. I sent it, and that became the intro.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. And so we had the intro, and we're like, right, we want to bookend the album. So let's write an outro that kind of plays off of the intro. It could be its own thing, but like it can be two halves as well. So yeah, it was super quick writing because we already had like the key and the chord progression and stuff. And we basically did another interpretation of that for that song, and yeah, it came together super quick, and we're like, cool, album closer. It's like a 5-minute track, job done. And then like when we first started sending it around to like friends once we'd recorded the album, people kept coming up, love that song. We're like, what? It's a fucking closer. It's the album closer. What are you? There's 9 really good songs before this one. What about those? And everyone, no, I like that one. And then when we signed to Sharp Tone, Barley, the A&R guy, was like, yeah, I think this should be a single. I'm like, but we'd already heard it from a bunch of people as well. So we're just like, do you know what? Fuck it. Put it out. So we got like we cut a few sections out to make it not 5 minutes long. And yeah, it became a single. So, moral of the story is sometimes you don't need to try too hard writing a song, just let it happen.
Well, hey, exactly. That's the beauty of it, isn't it? So your sound is very distinct. I really like it. Basically, where you got sent a bunch of bands, it's like I want to to speak to. And when I put yours on, I was like, I just love it. I can't describe what it's almost like you've created your own genre.
It's hard, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
how do you think I feel when people are like, okay, what does your band sound like? You're like, because also you don't know what people's benchmarks for certain genres are either. So it's like it can be really hard to describe. But no, I appreciate that. It's really interesting. Like I will be on record saying I don't think we've created anything like particularly unique, and we never set out to create anything new or genre defining. And I don't particularly feel like we've done that, but I think our approach is slightly different to other bands in a similar sound, and I think that's maybe what you're hearing. And the production, we wanted a really well produced album, and not just like poppy, like we wanted elements of it to be heavy and raw still, but just yeah, we wanted it to sonically feel, big. I think a lot of bands in the same sphere kind of go the other way. It's just a taste thing. You go for like a more raw, more earnest sort of closer sound, which is also really cool. But I think we like big hooks as well. We like big catchy choruses, and I think if you want to sort of lean into that, you've got to lean into a bit of production.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I appreciate your kind words.
Not at all, man. I'm not trying to blow smoke up your ass. I'm not trying to suck your dick because you're here. Like, generally, I actually really, really love it. I enjoy it. I'm actually very excited for Friday. Because obviously your debut album, Vital Signs, is out this Friday, February 28th. Like, when this interview goes out, it's going to be out a week. It's out next Friday. This interview's out next Friday. But so people hopefully would have enjoyed the fuck out of it. And if you haven't, listen to it right now. But yeah, how as I can see it's behind you, obviously on the wall as well. How excited are you for the release, man?
Do you know what? Like, so we recorded this album in June. It would be 2 years ago. So yeah, 18 months ago, we recorded it before we were signed. So we had written it, and we went in and we spent our last pennies. We funded it ourselves. We're like, are we fucking mental? In this climate, spending all your money on an album when you're not even signed. But like we always wanted to be an album band. We knew we had to do it. So it was like that or nothing. We didn't want to do anything else. So kind of went in, recorded it, and then kind of put some feelers out, see if anyone was digging it. And it was about it was about a year, maybe like 8 or 9 months after recording it until we first got talking to Sharptone about it. And then obviously that process signing to a label takes a while, especially when you're like a smaller band like us. There's a lot of meeting, chatting, and talking through things and making sure it's a good fit for everyone. And so it's been a long time coming. So until about 2 weeks ago, I'm kind of like, I just want it out. Like, I'm kind of over it. Like, we've had these songs for 18 months and they've been written for 6 months before that. And, it's old to us. But since we started sort of like leading up to the album release and chatting with good people like yourselves and people that had listened to it outside of the band and want to talk to us about it, it's kind of like reinvigorated me somewhat, I guess, about the album. And it's like really weird talking to people that aren't in the band about the album. You guys talk to me. I'm like, how the fuck do you know? I'm like, how do you know? I'm like, oh yeah, people have listened to this and do want to talk about it. Not just me boring my girlfriend talking about it, So I'm kind of like, oh, people do like this. This is cool. Like, it's not just my friends bullshitting me. Like, like, yeah, man, sick set, bro. Like, so I'm like, maybe we have written a an all right record here. So, which is weird because obviously Sharptone wouldn't have picked it up and signed us if it was bad. But like,
exactly,
you kind of get in that mindset of like, I know being your own biggest critic. So, and we're still quite a new band in terms of output and, you know, sort of our mark on the scene and everything else. So, you know, we're all quite humble people. So yeah, it's cool. I'm a bit nervous now. So there's a long-winded way of saying I'm getting a bit nervous now because I'm like, I'm either going to be like, my head's going to get really big and I'm going to think I've written the best album ever, or I'm going to be humble. I'm going to be humbled by some really bad reviews. But either way, it's great because yeah, we've all had the chat and we're all kind of like, do you know what? It's super cool that people dig it, but it's not going to make us any less proud of the record we've created. We're all really happy with it, and if people like it, great. But if people, you know, don't get it, then that's also great. But we kind of always had the idea of let's just write something that we want to write, and then in maybe 5-10 years time, some kid might find it and think, oh, this is great. And in a way, I would kind of prefer that to a huge instant success and then you drop off and nobody cares about you anymore. I would much rather have that longevity to it. So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
But you have released 3 singles already, so you are getting some form of feedback. You released Fall Apart, Vital Signs, and Vacant. What's the feedback been like for these songs?
Yeah, good. Yeah, it's tricky. We're not a huge social media based band, to our own detriment probably. But unfortunately, just we don't have somebody that's good at social media in the band. I was really hoping when Taz joined that there were going to be some sort of social media whiz and could just fucking palm it all off on Taz. But no. So Taz just shit posts on Twitter basically. So that's that. Yeah, like good. It's good and people seem stoked and you know we see our fan base growing and like weirdly enough cracked the Spotify algorithm, which I don't know how, which is kind of like what everybody cares about now. It's one of those things that you say you don't care about, but when you see the streams going up, you're like, it's quite nice, isn't it?
yeah.
We do it. I get it. We do it.
Yeah, you're like we had, you know, our first singles and like they're hovering at like 10, 20K for years. And then all of a sudden you drop a single and you hit 100K really quickly. And you're like, you know, or you're hitting numbers in your first week of a release that you didn't in 3 years on another song. And you're like, okay, this is kind of cool. So yeah, that's nice. Yeah, and I mean, radio wise, BBC Radio 1 have been like championing us, which is fucking cool as well. Yeah, Alex Holcomb has been with us since day dot. Dan Picard has been with us since before this album started. Dan was playing us from our last EP. Yeah, and just like a bunch of support from the team. So that's really nice as well. So yeah, no complaints from me, that's for sure.
What are the tracks on the record that haven't been released that you're really excited for people to hear? Like, especially you're especially proud of.
There's a song called Something Clean, which I am really excited. It won't be coming out as a single, but like, in my opinion, it could have been. It's very different. A lot of the songs people realize when they listen to the album that they might have like sort of forged a bit of an idea of what the album's going to sound like from the singles we released, but I think they're going to be pleasantly surprised that those are the only songs on the album that sound like that. Not that we sound completely different, but like are that vibe. So there's you never really know if like people are really digging a song and then you just chuck a song that sounds completely different out of context of an album. It might be a bit weird and you might sort of be a couple of steps back. So but yeah, I think in the context of the album, Something Clean is one that I'm like, this is just a really cool song. It's super simple. And yeah, it's a different flavor of what we do. And then also I really like the it's the second track on the record, but we will be releasing that as like a sort of a featured song off the album on Friday. So It's called "Are You With Me?" And yeah, it's like the first proper song after our intro on the album. I think that's a really cool song and is like a nice snippet of what the whole album is in like sort of condensed into one track. And there's another song called "From the Hell" as well, which is very different. But again, sonically ties into the album, but it's just a bit different for us. So it might catch people a bit off guard. And I guess I like the idea of that.
I mean, how do you even know what to release as singles? How do you even decide?
It's really difficult, isn't it? I think like for us, we really write music that we enjoy. That's like the number one criteria for us. It's like we write it for ourselves and we hope it's nice if other people like it. But if they don't, like I said that earlier, like if they don't like it, then at least we like it.
Yeah.
I think you have to have that mentality as a band personally. And I think the second you start trying to write for other people or for an agenda other than that is when you see bands drop off. And I think people think it's when a band gets big and they're no longer hungry, but I actually think it's that. It's like, oh shit, we need to keep making money, but we need to write more songs that are going to make us money. And as soon as you start thinking like that, you're cooked, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So we're of the, we write the tracks that we like, and then often we just get a vibe. Sometimes it's like, I like this one. I think other people are going to like this one, maybe. Or one, like sometimes we play it live and we're like, okay, this feels good live. And we'll test it. And if people are kind of like vibing it live, like, okay, there might be something here. But then sometimes a Vital Signs track comes and nobody that would not have been on anyone's list to release as a single. And then people just keep telling us they like it. And we're like, all right, okay. We'll put it out then. Like at the end of the day, like you've written all the songs, they're all your songs, your album. If somebody really wants a song to go out, then I'm of the mindset, all right, fuck it, put it out.
People are asking for it, why not?
Yeah, or like I don't understand the idea of like, oh, I don't want to release that song. Why? What, like, why don't you want to release it? Oh, it's boring or whatever. Well, then why is it on the record?
Yeah.
It's my thought, right?
Yeah.
It's like, don't spend money recording it then. Okay, like there's other things have been like, oh, it's quite slow. It takes a while to get into. For us, like the process was kind of like we'd signed to Sharp Tone, and we were being introduced to a whole new audience of people from the label and other things. So it was kind of like, okay, well, what is the smartest song? Which song makes the most sense? That's why we started with Fall Apart. Like it's not my favorite song on the record by stretch, but it's straight into it. Like Nathan said at Sharp Tone, like you're quick into it. People don't have to think about it. They know what they're getting. Sometimes you just need to do shit like that. Whereas if we were to do something clean, it requires a little more, it requires that active listening, if you know what I mean. You have to pay a bit of attention and to see what's going on. So yeah, I think that's it. But I don't think there's any right or wrong answer for singles, to be honest. People are going to resonate with something or they're not. And
Yeah.
like, it's kind of like a shot in the dark, right? Of what's going to resonate with people. I was listening to a really great, listening to the audio book for Sold Out. Do you guys know that book?
I do not.
It's on Spotify at the moment. I'm just going to oh, sorry, it's called Sell Out. My bad. Cut that. It's called Sellout, and it's the major label feeding frenzy that swept punk emo and hardcore between 94 and 2007. And there's a bunch of chapters for different bands. And it was talking about like I think it was the Jawbreaker segment. They were basically saying they just tried to copy Green Day Dookie formula in the sense that they went with the same producer, they went with the same video guy, because when they signed to a major, they felt like that was the thing to do. And in hindsight, they were like, that was wrong, because just because that formula worked for Green Day, you can't try and repeat that formula because you might not have the bit that Green Day had that made that formula. So ultimately, I think, you've got to go out and do your own thing, and you got to go with what you think is right for your band.
Absolutely. And at the end of the day, only you know what's right for your band. So
yeah.
But
absolutely.
as you mentioned earlier, you do have an album release tour starting next month in March, starting in Southampton, ending in Bristol. You're hitting Birmingham, Manchester, London. How excited are you to get out there and play these songs? Because you're playing the whole album, aren't you?
We're playing the album in full. Which is a bit of a rock star move. I was like, they're like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, we'll probably never do it again. It's our first album. But also like it was a very considered effort for the album to flow the way it flows and to be the body of work it is. So playing it live is actually like a dream set list because every song just goes into each other. It's like cool, and it has the natural ebbs and flows that you want from a set. The most difficult thing is like, right, we should probably play a couple of old tunes at the end, and it's like, oh, which ones? And you kind of like don't want to play any of them, but have to. You can't just play an album that people have only heard for a week live. Cheers, guys. Should probably play a couple of tunes, but yeah, we just thought if not now, then when? So let's just do it to celebrate the album coming out. And we've released a bunch of singles off of it anyway. Like half of the set people would have heard, and then the other half they would have hopefully checked out. So yeah, I'm really excited. Like I said, most of these songs have never, at least half the album's never been played live, maybe slightly more than half of it. So it's going to be interesting, sort of testing, but especially like the slower tracks or like the more sort of ambient vibe tracks. It'd be interesting to see how they go down. But yeah, really excited for it.
It's good because we've also got Shredler in Sheffield as well on April 12th.
Yeah.
And you're playing with some good friends of ours in Delilah Bond and Tropic Gold. So that's going to be huge as well. And my parents from Sheffield. I fucking love that city. Dude, the music culture up there. Oh, sexy. You're going to love it.
I know. Yeah, we have played Sheffield a couple of times. We played there last year on tour Boston Manor, and it's a great show. Loz, who's also putting on Shredlers, he put us on there, and yeah, it's a good time. I mean, the venues are so sick over there. They're just like they've just got abundance of warehouses up there. They're like,
yes,
I don't know what to do with them, just like turn them into venues or breweries and venues. Yeah. Nothing down here, nothing like that down here.
But then there's obviously Berlin as well in July, and then 2,000 Trees.
Mm-hmm.
Mate, that lineup, man, that must be huge to be playing. That festival's great anyway.
It is, and we've never played it, and I never played it in my old band, and my old band played it last year when I wasn't in it, and I was like,
okay.
And then I'm like, oh, and then Oversize got the offer through this year. We're like, jumped at it. We've actually we were supposed to be playing Thursday. I don't think this is news to anyone, but I believe we're actually playing on the Friday now, which I'm stoked for. We're Taking Back Sunday. I'm just be crying. I brought an bit size stage. I'll just be somewhere in a field crying to Taking Back Sunday. Yeah.
Oh mate.
Taz will be crying to Coheed and Cambria. I'll be crying to Taking Back Sunday. It'd be great. But yeah, no, really, really stoked. And like, it's reasonably local for us. We're southwest based anyway. I've been in Salisbury, and then a lot of our earlier years were spent in Bristol. In terms of the band's earlier years, our first ever shows in Bristol and stuff like that. So it's kind of, our neck of the woods. So yeah, I'm stoked.
We absolutely adore 2,000 Trees. It's such an incredible vibe there. It's beautiful. Yeah, beautiful festival.
Unfortunately I've only been once. I was guitar teching for a band a few years ago there, and I just remember thinking, oh, this is such a great vibe. This is it reminded me of a little bit of when Heavy Fest was a thing. I don't know if either of you guys went to Heavy Fest.
Never went to that. I've heard of it. Yeah.
Or like what Reading used to be like. When it was like an alternative kid's dream of just a festival full of like-minded people and just great bands throughout the weekend, like a variety of bands, but just like that really good feel-good festival sense of like, this is awesome. You could just come here for a great weekend. You could watch none of the bands and have a great weekend.
Yes.
Right? Because like the vibes are good. So yeah. Stoked.
Incredible. A question I like to ask as we sort of start wrapping things up. If there's anyone listening to this and they're like, you know what, I've never heard the music before, I'm going to go check out a few songs. What are a few songs that are out there at the moment that you feel give a really good example of what you guys are all about?
Well, there's a couple, to be honest. I really love Vacant, our latest single. I think that showcases our sort of willingness to write catchy choruses. I think that's something that sets us apart from other bands in the scene, is that we have that real sort of tie into bands like Jimmy Eat World, and in even Smash Pumpkins. It's just like we love a good chorus, we love a good sing along, an earworm. So I think that's a really good example of a song that can be quite catchy but still have a lot of the same vibes from the album. I think Salt's a really good example.
Great track.
Thank you. Yeah, I think that's probably why it's continues to rack up streams years after, well, a year after we released it. Because yeah, people, it's like, I guess, just quite easy to get into the vibe of it. And then I've got a really soft spot for Dare to Move, which is the first single. And I think that's the kind of the single that was a real turning point for us as Oversize. We dropped Dare to Move like a few months, or like 4 or 5 months after recording the album, just to go, let's just get some new music out. Like, when we're not having people clamoring over us to sign us or whatever, we've only released a couple of EPs, let's just put a single out. And that was the one that really like shifted the gear for us, and people were digging it and just like, yeah, this is cool. So I think I'll always have a spot for Dare to Move. I think between those 3 songs you'll get a pretty good understanding of Oversize as a band.
Mr. Stevens, do you have any more questions for our wonderful guests?
I do. How do you feel that you've evolved personally and musically since, the debut of the band to now about to releasing the debut record?
That's a really good question.
Thank you.
Personally, in terms of personally evolving, I'm not sure. It's a weird thing with when you get older anyway, you just generally change. I'm just as hungry, to do it, and I love it just as much. And I guess, like I said earlier, I think just this sort of like renewed, or well, it's not even renewed, having an interest in something that you're really passionate about, and other people being interested in it, kind of really does light a fire. And you read like a good review, and again, it doesn't ultimately matter because it's not why you do it, but actually sometimes that affirmation is kind of like, we should do this. We could do this, like we can write good records. Let's write good records. So I guess that's kind of like that belief system outside of the band, having, we have a really great team, and the guys at Sharp Tone are amazing, and we've got some agents on board, and just having people believe in you and your music, I think, plays a huge part in that. And evolving as a band, I think the biggest thing again was like, before writing an album, you kind of, it's a big thing to put a first record out, and you have all these insecurities, and you kind of tell yourself it has to be perfect, and you look at certain bands and you go, well, fucking this band put this out as a debut album. Taz always talks about Block Party, Silent Alarm. It's a perfect debut album. It's like, yeah, that's a massive debut album, but we're never gonna write that album, or anything close to it. So let's not get hung up about it, and let's just do the best album that we can do right now. And I think that was like quite a good frame of mind, because like, back to an earlier point where we all write and it's like constant. In theory, we could never finish an album because we'd constantly be writing and replacing and going, oh no, this song and this song and this song, and you can't write. I would imagine that's what happens with Billy Corgan. That's why he's like, right, there's 50 tracks on this album, and right, so it's stupid. I'd imagine that's got to be how it happens. Like, there's no way he just has 50 tracks on the back burner. So yeah, I think like us playing live and touring last year more than we had in previous years, you kind of it offers another perspective. Like I mentioned earlier, like when somebody's coming to songs, you're writing them in like not a studio, but like in this room, and we're sat in this room and we're writing a song, and it sounds great on record. And it's like that's one thing, but like going out and playing live and seeing how people soak up the sort of like the energy, do people give you energy back? Is this a bit of a lull? That really kind of shifts your perspective of the sort of songs you want to write as well, for me personally. And we are kind of from the world where bands play live, so I think those are probably the two biggest take homes that I've had from sort of the really early days to now.
I love that. Absolutely. I'm so excited for this record on Friday. Like for you, for your band, for you personally, I just can't wait to see what the reaction is. I can't wait to see it getting out there, playing it live, and especially seeing it at Trees. I'm going to try and get down to the London show. I live in London, so I'm going to try and get down for the London show and come see you all as well, because that'd be great. But before I do let you get out of here, I have one last question for you, which is, again, when you started out this dream of, getting into music, playing guitar, trying drums, etc., playing bass, did you ever think this is where you'd be today?
No, it's that weird thing. Like I've had this conversation with my girlfriend a couple of times. Like it's a weird thing back. I think you have, on one hand, you have that sort of naivety to it, right? And you have that dream. And I think I was talking about this in another interview, but it's kind of like when I was sort of 16, or maybe slightly younger, maybe when I was like 14, all the bands that were blowing up were all like 16 to 18 years old. And like that's, looking back now, that's such a weird thing and like a rare thing. But like in that era, all of these bands, like, I remember there was even a Kerrang feature about like, meet the youngest stars in what, and they're all on Warped Tour, and they're all just like bands that are blowing up and have record deals and multiple albums, and the dudes are 16 to 18 years old, and you kind of go, well, when I'm 16 to 18, that's what I'm going to be doing. And then like you get to 18, you're still playing pubs, you're like, it's not happening. And then you kind of like tell yourself that you're like, oh, I'm too old. But then, and life has a weird way of full circle. And I think it's a little bit of a like, if you just stick to it and keep doing it because you love it, then eventually some good's going to come out of it if you do it for the right reasons. And do it not with the expectancy that you're going to get something in return. I think that's the really important thing, because I think that's also why we as a band work together, is because we all have that outlet. You see some bands like pop out and they release one or two songs and it doesn't work, and then they're not a band anymore. It's like that could never be us, because we're not looking for a quick buck or a quick fix or like a quick rise to success. Like if it takes what it takes, right? And so I mean, at one point I definitely thought I'm going to be a fucking rock star by the time I'm 20, but that you're quickly humbled as you get older. But no, when I left my old band, I had really come to peace and come at terms that maybe it just wasn't supposed to be. And here I am again now, so back on the hobby horse. So but there's a little things that occasionally, like I look at my guitars behind me, or I look at my amp, so it's like, look at the shit and I go, you know what, like 14-year-old me would be fucking stoked if they knew I had this guitar or this amp, or just silly things like that. And I think it's like, yeah, I've got it all on finance, buddy. Well done. Like you work the finance system. you spend all of your disposable income every month for 9 months to get that. Well done. But I'm super stoked, and I'm super honored and sort of humbled to still be here, and just grateful that I kind of stuck to it. And I've ended up doing it with some really good friends. I think that's the important thing to take home from it. And I just kind of look forward to seeing wherever the journey goes next, whatever sort of road that takes. If we're just a bunch of old dudes playing some tunes in a pub, then so be it. We'll be having fun.
At the end of the day, all the success is fucking deserved, because you guys, as you said, you busted your ass, you put all your money into it. Like, you've worked hard as you fucking can to get where you are today. And to bring it back round to wrestling and your nan, what is it John Cena says? Never give up. And you fucking haven't. And look where you are. Debut album coming out now. Boom. Get a little towel.
Yeah, I should have thanked John Cena in the record liner.
Lewis, before we let you get out of here, plug social media's websites. Where can we find you in the world?
We're an oversized band everywhere. And yeah, you'll probably have to sift through about 10 pages, but you'll find us eventually.
And if not, you'll walk away with some beautiful oversized Asian clothes.
Some
So you're
lovely,
fine. You're sorted.
yeah, some lovely fast fashion items. Yeah.
Incredible. Lewis, this has been so much fun. Thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you for having me, guys. Really appreciate you.
Absolute pleasure. All the best with the debut record, which is obviously out this Friday. So you should be listening to it now. After you've listened to this, go and check it out right now. Yeah. We'll speak to you soon.
Lovely. Thanks for your time, guys. Appreciate
Take care,
it.
my friends. See you later, buddy. Bye bye. Well, I hope you're all enjoying that brand new Oversize album. That's all I can say. Welcome to an edition of the Chronicles of Podcast. It's the Chronicles of Oversize, and their brand new debut album was released last Friday. So I really hope that you're all spinning that. Is that what the kids say now? Spinning that album,
so,
yeah.
Which makes no sense because you just press play on Spotify these days.
The art I don't understand. Turn it to 11. I can't, and it goes to 10.
Is that a Spinal Tap?
You can see, the numbers all go to 11.
Yeah, they're hitting rock and roll, aren't they? Oh, turn it to 11. Right, where's the 11? Because I'm only at 10, so let me see. If I go back to 1, does that work if I go to 10 and turn it back to 1? No.
Just quiet.
Anyway, Jamie Westwood, why the fuck is Peppa Pig in the news?
Oh my god.
I don't understand this, right? Why is it in the news? It's a kids' TV show.
I know, right?
When we were kids, The Magic Roundabout wasn't in TV.
Nope. I saw this as the people that make Peppa Pig going, fuck, we're losing viewers because Bluey is like the greatest thing ever. What can we do to get...
Is that what it is?
Get popular again? Oh, I know. Let's make a pregnancy announcement on daytime television.
Is that what it is?
I'm guessing. I don't know, but I'm guessing.
Why is Peppa Pig in the news? It's not news.
No.
Stars in Your Eyes wasn't in the news. Michael Barrymore wasn't in. Well, he was, but
like he definitely was.
Big Break wasn't in the news. Do you know what I mean? Like stuff we used to watch as kids in the 90s. Because it's not news. It's TV.
I know. And it's
I don't
a
understand.
kids' cartoon that everyone moans about and hates.
But I also thought that parents hated the fact that, like sex education and stuff like that, and yet now they're making Mummy Pig pregnant for the 3rd time.
Yep.
Does that mean that George and Peppa Pig have to be older? So surely it wouldn't be a show for kids anymore because Peppa's going to be too old for kids.
I had this exact same thought, weirdly enough. Does that mean they're going to have to age Peppa and George? Because they've been the same age the whole time that show's been on. And it's got to be like 10 plus years that show's been on now.
Anyway, Daddy Pig's tweeted.
Oh, has he?
And I'm announcing right now that the kid is not mine. Mummy Pig has been given 2 hours to move a shit out of her house whoever she's been fucking as a dead man. She's been playing away with Mr. Rhino.
Is that what you reckon he is, Mr. Rhino?
Is he a character?
Probably. There's all sorts of animals. I ain't got a fucking clue.
Mr. Fox or Mr. Mole? I don't fucking know.
They do exist. I remember those two. Because the fox always tries to rob things. That was the one thing in it that
really?
made me laugh a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can't have been that fantastic, though, could he?
Hey.
In my last crossover of Roald Dahl into Peppa Pig world, I don't know.
Peppa Pig doesn't deserve that.
It's just weird, man. It's just weird that TV is in the news.
And of all things, Good Morning Britain. Like, what
Was
kids
that where
are
it
watching that?
Was that where it was it?
Yeah.
Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Gosh, hello. Thank you for having me. I've never been on telly before. I'm excited to share that our family is getting even bigger because we're having another baby. I'm due in the summer and we're all so excited.
That is amazing. Congratulations.
Yeah, I don't
know
whatsoever.
I don't know what to tell you,
No.
to be quite honest. So
weird.
But I'm quite interested to find out who the father is. Now I have to start watching to find out who the father is. The next edition of Peppa Pig. It'd be so good. It'd be so good.
I'm sorry, Daddy Pig. I had an affair.
Yeah, start making it like EastEnders.
I might actually tune in if they're going to do that. Yeah,
episodic TV series. Like it's like shit keeps flying and happening and stuff like that. That'd be fun. That'd be amazing. Jamie, I had this thought, right? Are you asserting dominance by sitting on the top deck at the back of the bus, or are you asserting cowardice?
Ooh, that is a very good question.
Because you're sitting at the back.
Yeah.
So people, hard kids, hard fucking kids love to sit at the back for some reason. But then are they being hard by then shouting shit at people from the back and then hiding because they're at the back and nobody can see, apparently?
But that makes them hard because they do that. Their friends think they're well hard and hilarious for doing shit like that.
Yeah, but then aren't you just being a coward because you're sat at the back hiding?
Right.
I had this thought because I was back in Cheltenham this weekend for my mum's birthday, and I was walking to Mulligan's to go and see her for her birthday night out. And I looked at the bus going to Gloucester, and loads of people were getting on, but then sitting at the back and hiding. And I was like, why?
I can't believe that's still a thing.
Neither can I.
That died in the 90s.
Yeah. I died when we were at school.
Yeah.
But I just found it mental. I just thought, this is really weird. Why are you doing this still?
I've never understood it. And it's not even kids. I remember seeing grown-ups doing it.
It was grown-ups.
Oh my God, it's even worse.
It was grown-ups, yeah. And I was just a bit like, why?
Surely you'd want to sit pretty close to the door so you can get off quicker.
I like sitting at the back on the bottom because you can get more leg room.
Exactly, that's what I do. Yeah,
I like leg room, so that's the sort of age I've hit now.
Yeah, I'm the same. Bottom at the back. That's perfect seating for me.
Yeah, or the one over the wheel for some reason.
Bit warmer, the one by the engine.
Is that where it is?
Yeah, the engine's at the back on a bus, so it's nice and warm at the back.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, yes, it is. Yeah, I didn't know that. Oh, there we are.
Yeah.
There we fucking are, boys. Anyway, it's time for story time with Tom.
Amazing.
I've discovered this absolutely insane news story, and then I want to kind of go into sort of thing why people do this.
Okay.
The headline reads, I'm married to my third roller coaster after the first one cheated and the second one was sold. A woman who first made a roller coaster in 2023 reveals she divorced him and tied the knot again, falling head over wheels for her most recent husband after just one day of meeting. Guy Engel, 47, first hit headlines after sharing the intimate details of her unusual relationships with two funfair roller coasters named Sky Scream and Gravity. She tied the knot with Gravity in March 23, but according to the blushing bride, things were not to be with their marriage falling. Oh, why have they put the privacy thing in the way of this? With their marriage failing to something 19 months later. Apparently, Gravity had another lover, she said.
Oh, bastard.
I know, you inanimate roller coaster bastard, you. I moved over so I could read it properly. Never mind. Anyway, luckily she picked herself up back quickly and moved on, getting hitched to a new amusement ride named Tornado.
Oh. Not
long after her divorce, the stormy Lothario is located at Foix-au-Placurie in Bordeaux, France.
Oh.
I probably butchered that horribly, but I don't give a shit. The path of love still wasn't set to run smooth for Gare and Tornado, though, and sadly the attraction was later sold. Once again, she was forced to find herself a new stealthy boyfriend and landed lucky after setting her eyes on current metal man husband, Flasher.
What a name.
She even wears a wedding ring to celebrate their union. I broke up with Gravity because of another objectophile, she said, who also lives in Bordeaux. I had been fighting for 2 years to save my relationship with him. I met Tornado that same month. He was an old ride, though, in poor condition, bit like me at the time, which brought me closer to him. I married him right away because I knew that he was going to be sold and therefore physically disappear from my life. The separation was a great tragedy for me. Time is a healer, though, and she headed off in search for new love, exploring another theme park in the hopes of finding the one. She did find companionship, but that was all. Oh my god, this story goes on forever. Basically, what the fuck is wrong with people? And why are we marrying inanimate objects? Like, what? I don't understand it. I don't like these people that marry cars and marry cows and marry things that you probably shouldn't be marrying.
Please, when they say they marry them, how is this possible? Is there actually someone there to officiate this wedding, or are they just looking and going, "We're married now, mate"?
I don't get it. I don't know, because someone surely owned. So the second husband that then was sold. It's like, so it wasn't actually yours then. So how do you marry them? Do you just say that you have?
That's what I mean. Like, it's not possible.
I don't get
it. No, I don't understand it at all.
No,
Like,
it makes no. And then it goes on to say that a few days before this trip, I had already found myself thinking about this beautiful ride, Flasher, 70 meters high, goes 140 kilometers per hour. I already liked it. When I saw this marvel for the first time, it really wowed me, so I listened to my heart and kissed him.
What the fuck? How are you kissing a roller coaster?
Yeah.
Can you imagine going into Drayton Manor and just walking up to a roller coaster and giving it a smooch? The people working there should be like, please get away. What the fuck are you doing?
What amount of people that touch it?
Yeah.
And that's like, I married him on the 2nd of January. I even wear a wedding ring engraved with both of our names.
She looks wearing a ring that says Flasher on it. What the fuck?
She's always been attracted to inanimate objects. Is not vowing to let anyone come between her and her new beau. He has given me back my smile and a certain joy of living. I admit that thanks to him, I find emotions and sensations I had lost for a long time.
How do they spend time together? Does she just buy infinite tickets to go around on it? Like,
I'm assuming. I don't know, man. It's kind of like each their own at the end of the day. Like, if that's what people are into, that's what people are into. But it's kind of. But is it because we don't do that? We don't understand. Imagine marrying a pen.
I mean, yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm so in love with this Bic. Bloody love Bic. I'm gonna put it down me all. Like, yeah, that's how we make love. It fucks me, not me. I don't fuck it. It's so I don't know. I don't understand.
Like, I don't want to insult it because, like you say, every person to their own. Whatever, they're not doing any harm to anyone. But first off, I had no idea it was called an objectophile. So there you go. I've learned something new today. But it's the logistics of it I don't understand. Like, how do you marry it? How are you in a relationship with an animate fairground? How is this possible?
But people that marry their cars.
Yeah.
And fall over their cars, like, what?
The one that still makes me laugh the most is the man that married a blow-up doll and then they had children. That was...
Were they little Barbies?
Probably.
Yeah.
I've got nothing. I don't know. I just don't understand it.
I just thought it was a crazy whirlwind of a story. The fact that there were three objects that she was in love with and married at the time.
I'd just like to know how the first one cheated on her.
Well, there is that as well, yeah. I don't.
Holy shit, is the roller coaster Peppa Pig's mum's dad? I mean, Peppa Pig's mum's partner. You know what I'm trying to say.
Maybe.
They're all inanimate. They're all imaginary. So why not?
I just don't know. I just don't know. It's the real honest truth.
Today's edition is brought to you by What the Fuck People.
So I guess we better carry on with that, eh?
Yeah, I guess.
It's time for Cal's Treachings.
Please save us.
Hello, this week's treat tunes come from the set of my own podcast, That Gym Couple Podcast, that I host with my partner Lucy, where we discuss all things gyms, fitness, gym anxiety, and a bunch of other stuff in between. If you do have the opportunity to come and check us out at That Gym Couple Podcast on Spotify and YouTube, we'd very much appreciate it.
Well, if you thought that wasn't meant enough, I wonder what Callum's fucking bringing to the table. What is he treating us this week?
If Pokemon did exist, then fire types would definitely be illegal to own in California.
Yeah, they would be, yeah.
100%.
115,000. Has that calmed down, that wildfire? They've obviously contained it. They must have done.
Yeah. It's all sorted now.
I didn't hear about the end of it. I only heard about what was going on, then I'd missed if it ever actually got... It must have done, because you've heard nothing since.
I'm going off that same logic. I didn't hear anyone go, oh, the fires are out. It's just, people stopped talking about it, so I just assumed.
Weird. But yeah, I imagine they'd be like illegal to own in those sorts of areas. But somebody would, and there'd be a whole movie made about it or some story. I don't know, a pony or something.
Documentary on that. Would that be the new Joe Exotic, or has he got his own fucking Pokemon?
Probably, but then the water ones would be amazing on that side. That's where you want them. That's where you want Blastoise and stuff. Yeah, put all the water ones there.
That's a very good point.
So the green ones, the earth ones.
I think I don't know.
Live in the jungles.
Yeah,
so they can keep Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I used to deal cards. Want some cards, mate? Want some fucking cards, mate? Down the back alleys. I used to play with the cards years and years and years and years and years ago. I remember randomly my brother's then best friend at the time bought me a pack for my birthday because we were going around theirs for some weird reason. I don't know why. And it had a really rare shiny in it.
Nice.
I can't remember what it was though. But I just remember it had a rare shiny. He's like, "No way!" And I was like, "Thanks." I bet you want these back now, don't you? Have you ever done that? Have you ever given a gift that you were given as a gift?
I can't. Oh, regifting. Oh, yeah, I'm pretty certain I have over the years, no doubt.
Oh, thanks. I've really. Oh, wait just another day. That'll be perfect for Rob's birthday. But I'll pack that back up. Yeah.
You guarantee people do it.
100%.
Like you get it and you're like, I don't want to give this back and I have no need for it. Still got tags on.
I bet people definitely with wine.
Oh,
fucking hate red. Oh, I know someone who loves red. Yeah.
100%. That I know I've done.
Ah, nice. Love that.
Because I don't drink wine, so.
But yeah, you'd have certain Pokemon would live in certain areas, I'd imagine. So I imagine all the water ones would be highly sought after in California and in Australia maybe as well.
Yeah.
If they exist, maybe amazing. You never have to worry about.
I was gonna say, I'm starting. The more I'm thinking about this, is I reckon the world could actually be saved if Pokemon were real.
Yeah, because you'd never have to worry about water limit. You could just use the Blastoise. Yes, a Squirtle's the other one. Isn't that an evolvement? That's the only ones I can remember that are water. And Gyarados.
Yes, I think that's a big snake.
Magikarp evolvement. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we can use all those and then have water for it. It'd be amazing.
Oh, we need Pokemon to just fix all the world's problems.
It'd be sorted, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And then get Mewtwo to just rip off Donald Trump's head. There you go. World problem solved.
We don't talk about Nazis here, mate.
Oh, yeah, sorry. You say that, you bring them up every fucking week.
Yeah, I know. Anyway. What else is Callum teaching us this week?
We often complain that other people's car headlights are too bright when we're driving, but we don't really know how bright our headlights are.
So I don't mean to get technical, but obviously this is a big thing at work at the moment.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So obviously as you can see on my glasses, they're green. They tinge green, right? Okay, that's meant to protect your eyes from lighting and artificial lighting, and better be good for driving at night. Now, car companies have gone, fuck you, we're going to make LED neon beams for your lights now. So now everyone's having issues again. You're like, fuck's sake.
Fuck's sake.
So literally it's like that. What's going on? You feel like you're going towards fucking heaven. You think you've died, and that's the light at the end of the tunnel. Oh, go towards the light.
Do you know what? We've actually noticed. I've been in the car at night time and had Becky say more often, "Fucking hell, love, turn your lights down." More often recently than in the past. So
yeah, I think it's because they're LED now. They're like fucking beams. Neon. You can turn them down and they can still be like, fucking hell. But blinding, man, it's not good.
No. Some people do have them unnecessarily bright though, even in the past, yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. I can't make fun out of this because we don't drive,
no.
Yeah.
I was thinking then I had a flashback from 2005 being on my moped in the hills of Wales going, fucking hell, that headlight bright, but I don't think that really counts.
You on a moped in Wales?
Yeah, when I lived in South Wales, I had a moped because the public transport was so shit I couldn't get around. So I did my CBT and rode a moped.
Why don't you do that now?
I don't really know, to be honest.
I never knew you had this.
Yeah,
you never ever brought this up.
I'm not really proud of driving my shitty little moped up a hill that people were walking faster than I was riding at one point. I'm pretty certain.
Oh, wow, okay.
Just need to get to work in Wales.
Chugga. Why just walk, mate? Just walking beside you, have to slow themselves down to want to talk to you.
Pretty much. I'll never forget it. It actually happened. They didn't talk to me, but I was literally going fucking full rev in this thing, trying to get it up this really steep hill, and this person's just walking right next to me. I was like, "This is embarrassing."
So where do you live in South Wales?
Pardon, sorry?
Where do you live in South Wales?
Pembrokeshire.
Oh fuck me! In West Wales.
Yeah, I'm right at the bottom, and there was nothing. when I had to go to work, there was 3 buses during the day that went there. So I had to either ride my bike or eventually I got a moped.
What made you move over there? Your mum?
Yeah, I moved in my mum.
Wow, dude, that's blown my mind. I don't know why. It's just 'cause I've learned something new about you for the first time ever.
I used to be a weird little moped rider.
No, not the moped part. Living in fucking Pembrokeshire, of all places.
I didn't know you didn't know that, to be honest.
No, I had no idea. Especially you drove fucking mopeds everywhere as well. Where did you? Does that say those as well?
No, I got the moped when I was working at my friend's restaurant because it was the only way I could get there because it would have been 2 buses and there was like 3 running a day. But I originally worked. Oh, fucking hell, I hate this. I originally worked in like a family amusement park thing called Folly Farm.
Okay, yeah.
So I worked in the kitchens there and I had to walk around in a bright yellow jumper with a pig on the front that said, "I'm a Folly Farmer," in massive letters on the back.
Love that.
No, there's a picture of me somewhere. It's not a good look.
Put it up.
I will see if I can find it.
For the ones to see, yeah, get up there. Yeah, we talked about, yeah, get on there.
Fucking horrendous.
What made you work there then? Just couldn't find a thing. I mean, there's nothing over there, is there?
Looking for any old fucking job I could find. So I quite enjoyed it. There's one. I always remember they put me in this hut in the field. It was like the ice cream hut in the fucking winter. So I'd literally just sit there and be like, "I'm bored." I'd just go talk to goats, or I'd go eat flakes and just chill. There's fuck all to do. There's no customers. And who did come past, they were like, "Have you got a bottle of water?" Because no one was buying ice cream.
Why is ice cream open in the fucking winter anyway?
Don't know.
Is that where your love ice creams come from and making it yourself?
Possibly. Yeah, possibly. It was good fun though. I know. I have so many great memories of working there, to be fair.
Oh, tell some more.
Like my friend getting fired because she ate 1 piece of pick and mix.
What?
Yeah, that was the excuse. What really happened is she was having an affair with the manager, so they took her any excuse they could find and went, "Oh, she's stealing pick and mix, let's fire her." I had great memories. Basically, she was having an affair with one of the management. They couldn't do anything about it because they had no proof. So they caught her stealing, like, say, 1 piece of, like, fucking Dolly mixture. And they're like, "Oh, that's theft. You're fired."
What? Holy shit. What? Jesus Christ. Yeah, so small. Go on. I'm more.
Plus, the owner of the place was a wonderful idiot of an old man. You'd hear so many stories about him, but one that always really made me laugh was he sat in his car, went, "Has anybody seen my car?" Over the radio. He was like, "Has anybody seen my Jeep? I can't find it anywhere." "Never mind, I'm sat in it."
Oh, fucking hell. Love that.
Fucking great. Good old Folly Farm. I have no idea if it's still open. It was great, though.
What if his headlights were massively bright in that?
Probably melted his brain.
Yeah. And finally, Jamie, thank you for those little stories. That's great, yeah. What else is Callum teaching us this week?
The second toe feels more like the foot's middle finger than the actual middle toe.
Because it's longer.
I guess so, yeah.
Can you imagine trying Fuck you. No, fuck you. Wait a minute. You wait just there. You fucking wait. Let me tell you, I've got something for you. You're gonna fucking hit. I'll tell you right now. I'm gonna just bring your foot up with and then try and then you start messing with your toes because you're trying to swear at him. Hang on. I nailed this last night. Hang on. I spent hours practicing. There you go, you bastard.
Can you bend your toes and leave one up like you do your fingers? I could do it with my big toe, but my other ones.
No, you can't. Yeah, I imagine one of those things where where you try to wiggle your ears, start moving them. Yeah. I can only wiggle one.
I can't wiggle any of my ears.
Because I spent all those all those times we travelled to Sheffield to see my grandparents, where you'd stare levelling out the window pretending you're in a music video. I then practiced how to focus on the muscles by my ears, but only focused on one and managed to learn how to move it.
Can you still
do it? Do the other. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Shall we see if we can do it? I can't hear you.
Go on. It's only a little bit, but you got it.
I had to really fucking concentrate, but yeah, I can move my ear. One ear. What a talent. Get him on BGT. Get him down fucking BGT now. And what are you here to do? I'm here to wiggle my ear.
Both? No, just one.
No, just one. Golden buzzer. I wonder if you could train. You could probably think about it. If you thought about it hard enough and trained yourself, if you really fucking wanted to, for whatever reason, you could probably move your toes without having to move your big one.
I want to see if anyone can do it now. I want to know if anyone can do it.
Some contortionist of the foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just get loads of people sending us videos of sticking their middle toe up to swear at us.
Get him on BGT. Get him on BGT. Come on, he can swear with his feet.
Oh, we're learning so much about each other today. I love it.
I do love it. Callum, mate. Oh, thank you so much once again. I know you've been an insanely busy boy recently with the refurb and the reopening of Everlast Gym, and I really hope it's all going well. But thank you so much once again for providing us and providing the nation, the world, the universe with the glorious treatures of Callum himself. Jamie, how are you?
I'm good. I'm a little bit tired, but generally I'm pretty damn good. I came off nights at 6 o'clock this morning, came home, had a couple of hours, and then, just...
Oh, grim.
Yeah, it's a bit... To be fair though, I slept really well yesterday daytime, so, I haven't really felt that tired. I started to feel a bit sleepy after I dropped the kid off at school. I was like, I'll have a couple of hours. But other than that, I've been all right.
Sunday? You lost your whole Sunday, though.
Yeah, I did not intentionally. I've been waking up at 11:30, 12. I ended up waking up at 3 o'clock. Becky had to wake me up. I was like, I clearly needed some sleep.
Yeah, well, they shouldn't be waking up anyway. They should be leaving you to do your own fucking,
Well. But yeah, other than feeling a little bit sleepy, I'm all right. How are you?
Knackered. I had the worst night's sleep of my life last night.
Oh, that's not good.
So I'm feeling fucked. And I've been traveling as well, so I'm just feeling a bit a
It's
bit
really weird
boondocks.
how travelling takes it out of you when you literally just sat there doing fuck all. It's really weird.
Yeah.
Whenever I go to Cheltenham, when I come back, I'm like, oh, I'm done in after all that travelling. I'm like, I just sat down on a train.
All
Why am
that
I done
traveling.
in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only 50 minutes.
Yeah, I know, but to me, it's still a lot. I still got to go from my house to town and town back out into Cheltenham. And the walk from Cheltenham station to the kids, it adds up. Fuck you.
It took me 3.5 hours today.
Yeah, I wasn't comparing. I was just saying I understand you being tired.
Fucking Saturday, I had to... The tube was closed, so I had to lug all my shit from here to Ruislip Town Centre, which is a 40-minute walk. Get there, then the Piccadilly line doesn't run from between Ruislip and Rayners Lane in the mornings, so I had to get the Met line to Rayners Lane. Then I had to wait for the Piccadilly line from Rayners Lane to Ealing Common, then walk to work all day, get the train from the Lizzie line from Broadway to fucking Paddington, and get a train to Cheltenham.
Fucking hell!
And then go out for Mum's birthday.
I suppose you'd fall asleep while you're out.
Oh my god, it fucking killed me as well.
I was surprised.
Yeah, it's a lot.
You can tell you've been living in London a while now because you just mastered all the fucking tube names and where they go and whatever. So I got this line to this line to this line to this line. Done.
No, it's just really weird. It's actually really easy.
When I've been to London, people are like, "Oh my god, it's so crazy." I'm like, "Really?
No.
It's not hard to
Work it out.
Yeah.
So my brother's coming down for a gig next Friday, and he was like, "How do I?" So I was like, "You get this line here, eastbound, to go north, and back just to reverse it." And he was like, "We'll talk about. I'll call you. We'll talk about the phone." Like, oh, I literally wrote it out. Like what line, what direction, and where to go. Like I don't watch more you need.
I love how he phoned you, tell him over the phone, like, "What did you say again?"
This is face to face. So it's like, "Oh, I'll call you. I'll call you."
So basically, you're going to get a phone call going, "Tom, I'm lost."
It's really easy. It's 2 lines in one direction. It's really straightforward. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to him coming down. My family don't think I've ever visited me ever anywhere I've been. So I'm actually quite looking forward to this. Yeah. He knows go to a gig, but yeah.
Who's you going to see?
This was Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
The band who supported Sleep Token.
Huh. I was thinking of a fucking actor then. I was like, what?
No. I think that's where the name came from. Bilmuri.
Oh, okay. Never heard of them.
Yeah. So, because they came after the 90s, mate. So yeah, they've been around.
That's probably why I've never heard of them.
Yeah, because your shit is all 80s bollocks. Oh, so that's. I love that you were single the week this week. I was like, of course it is.
Hey, come on.
But I also went.
It's that.
2025, really?
Yes, so did I.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll talk about that when we get to it.
Yeah, sorry. I was just a bit like, oh, okay. But yeah, sorry, but yes, I'm just knackered. I can feel it in myself. I'm like my brain's going, not tonight, mate, not tonight. Just get yourself by. Just get you through this edition. The interview's great anyway. They don't need to listen to you waffle on about shit. And we'll get you through. We'll get you through.
We'll get through this, and then you can go have a nice little sleep.
I am fucked, mate. So yeah.
I'm not surprised.
See?
Oh, there he is. He's off.
Oh, wow. But what have you been doing yourself?
What have I been doing myself? I've been back in work, so I've been Rihanna-ing. I've been on nights, so I like working nights, so I'm quite happy with that.
Why don't I? But you lose your days.
I don't know. I just do. I think because it makes life easier at home with a kid, and I think I got so used to it in my old job that I quite like it now.
That was the hotel, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That feels like so long ago now.
Oh no, tell me about it. I loved that job.
Did you?
Fuck you, COVID. Yeah, I really enjoyed that job.
Did you?
Obviously, I moaned a little bit. Everyone moans about their job, but generally, I really liked that job.
Oh, that's you, isn't it? Of course you did.
Yeah. It's good to deal with people. Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. What else have I been doing? Obviously, I've been to go see the kids. Olivia, she's there. Lena had plans with her friends. Harrison had work, so mostly I spent the time hanging around with Sam. He got me to install a game that he likes to play, so I was playing that for a little bit, and I enjoyed it a bit more than I thought I would, called Genshin Impact. Don't know if you've ever heard of it. But yeah, it's just run around and attack people and general sort of game. But yeah, it's pretty fun, actually. Apparently there's loads to it where you got to unlock things and add things, and yeah. I don't know. I haven't actually played it since. I downloaded it and I haven't played it since. Which is about right for me, really, because I've never played games on my phone and stuff. What else have we been to do? We've done this interview. I went to a gig. I went to the Symphony Hall in Birmingham to go see Opeth. And my God, it was good. The support band I'd heard of but never heard, called Grand Magus. I don't know if you've ever heard of them.
Yeah.
They're really good. Why have I not listened to these? So I'm going to go check them out a little bit more because I might actually probably listen to them. But apparently they were saying like they've been around for 20 years. I was like, have you? I was like, I've only ever heard of you in the past year or so. So I'm guessing either they just never came on my radar or they've suddenly hit popularity now. I don't really know. But yeah, they were really good. Did make me laugh though. Like the last time we were in Birmingham, we played the Asylum, where the room is hot and cold, the walls are soaked with piss, and it's just an absolute dive. And now we're here in the Symphony Hall, one of the poshest buildings ever. So it's like, yeah, you've done pretty well for yourselves, haven't you guys? And then Opeth were fucking superb. That building, I don't know if you've ever been to anything at the Symphony Hall. It's the acoustics in there are incredible. Like you could drop a pin on the stage and you'll hear it. It's designed for metal music. I'm gutted this is the first time I've been to a metal gig there. I want to go see every metal gig at the Symphony Hall now because it's an incredible venue and it's all seating. So my old bastard self didn't have to stand up. It was great because I've realised now I'm too old to stand up for a whole gig. I can't be dealing with my back starts to hurt and everything. So no, just let me sit down now. And other than that, I have started a new binge series because I finished Peaky Blinders. I have started watching Lost.
Why?
I was thinking, what are like the iconic shows that I've never watched?
It's dog shit.
But I've literally never seen anything about it. I don't know nothing about it. I know plane crash on an island and that's it. So I've got like 4 episodes in, so I'm not exactly hooked yet, but it's all right. I don't get the hype over it yet, but the main thing I couldn't believe was the cast. I was like, you're in this, you're in this, you're in this. Didn't have a clue. But yeah. So I'll know a bit more and I've watched a bit more, but so far it's all right. Bit weird. But we're getting there. But yeah, I thought, what iconic shows I want to watch? I've never watched that. I've never watched The Sopranos, so I might watch that after Love and Lost. See what it's like.
Nice.
Pretty much
Enjoy.
It. What about you, my friend?
Rihanna in, of course.
Of course.
And then on Friday, I decided to go and get a trim because I felt like it was about fucking time. And it was really funny. I don't know where they were from, but they had cricket on. So I went down to Ealing Common, to Ealing Barbers, and they had cricket on this massive screen. So he was like, and then had a right, it was really funny. It's just like, and like having to go out the screen. It's really, really funny. But what I loved is it's cheaper than Cheltenham, and he took way longer. He actually got in there. He was getting right in. He was really going for it, brushing, like shaving, cutting things out. Cheltenham's go, nah, there you go.
Yeah, sounds about right. You find that it depends where you go. Some places like really take the time, and other places like, there you go, fuck off.
35 minutes this took.
Fucking hell.
For 12 quid.
He did take his time, 35 minutes.
I think I kept watching the cricket at the same time, though.
That's
So I
probably
was a bit like, it's my lunch hour, come on, let's go.
I think I'd be like, can you please pay attention to my beard and not the TV? Because if you fuck up, I ain't going to be happy.
But that was amazing. So I did that, and then I went back to work, and then obviously we did the interview that you've heard. Then obviously I went back to Cheltenham for the weekend for my parents. Let me start that again. My mum's birthday. Mum turned 57 on Saturday. So like I just told you about my whole journey on Saturday. We went to Mulligan's to play darts because Flight Club was fully booked. Because she loved Kate's birthday last year, which obviously if you follow the show, you would have seen the video. So into Mulligan's to play darts. And it's funny, the wings were amazing. The food kept coming, it was great. And we were just like, la la la. I finished bottom, I think. And we were just like throwing, playing, enjoying. When the timer got to about 5 minutes left, we were literally like just going as fast as we could. It was so funny. To the point where I started sideswiping darts. I was getting like treble 20s and stuff like that. Just like, yeah, it was so good. It was like, who's next? Oh, okay, we were just like throwing it fast. At one point, my mum just like threw it all three at once. And it was just like,
it was brilliant.
It was so much fun. We sat and chatted for a bit after. I went and saw Beth. We talked about trees, about festivals, that sort of thing. It was lovely to see her. I saw Saskia. I saw Paul. I went to his house and we had coffee and chatted for it was lush. I went and then back to my mum's again on Sunday with the whole family were there. And we hung out, chatted, just had cake and that sort of thing, the usual. And then Sunday night I saw Lucy. And then I came back today. I saw Anna for coffee today, and then I came home.
Now you're ticking everyone off the list.
Yeah, I am. And I was meant to see Martin. Martin texted me last night, and he's like, "I'm home." And I read it. I was with Lucy at the time. I read it. I was like, "I'll reply to him after. We'll sort it out."
Forgot.
Yeah.
No.
So I was on the train back home, and I was like, I just said, "Fuck, mate. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." So yeah, man, that's literally about it. And obviously we've got a wonderful interview tomorrow night. And then obviously you've got a Hefters week. So this is why we're recording as early as possible. So yeah, man, like not a whole ass of a lot really going on. Sophie's team made it to the final of the PWR, the Premiership Women's Rugby. Amazing. So she's playing the final in 2 weeks' time. So I'm going to that. So I'm very excited for that. Yeah, I can't wait. So it's against Gloucester.
Ooh,
so it should be good fun. Yeah, it'd be good fun. Gloucester Hartbury ladies. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, man, like not a whole ass for a lot to report, really. Just the usual bullshit.
I like it. Any rugby this week or football?
Nope.
No, nothing this week.
No, football was on. Aberdeen drew 2-2. No one cares. We move on. Yeah, the rugby, we've got the Welsh this weekend. So yes. We need to absolutely fucking destroy. Because if we don't, I'm going to be very upset.
You'll know the score based on how Tom opens next week's edition. He'll be like, fucking Welsh, hello. Or he'll be bouncing off the walls all happy and giddy.
We shall see.
We shall see.
Come on then, Braden.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Braden from Say We Can Fly. Just letting you know, got a brand new merch store out there.
Please let me say the link. Let me say the link, please.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Yes, you can say the link. Yes, all right. Okay. So the link for the shop.
So the link for the shop is www.saywecanfly.shop.
All right, good job, Seamus. So www.saywecanfly.shop, 10% off if you use the code.
Let me say the code, please.
Okay, fine. You can say the code. If you use the code.
The code is The Chronicles.
What? No, it's not.
The Chronicles.
No, it's not. It's The Chronicles, Seamus.
Yeah, that's what I said.
The Chronicles at checkout, all right? You get 10% off.
10% off?
Yes, they know. They know, Seamus. Okay?
I'm just trying to help, all right?
Visit www.saywecanfly.shop and use code The Chronicles for 10% off your order. Available at participating Say We Can Fly restaurants and web stores. Some restrictions may apply, but probably not.
Jamie.
Yes, sir.
Single of the week.
Single of the week. Yes.
Single of the week. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just...
We don't need a theme song. We'll just sing our own one. It's fine.
S week. I don't know.
Ain't no single like an... I don't know.
Sotwa.
Sotwa.
Oh, however, I, this week, for Single of the Week, decided to choose Landslide by Millington. Now, I discovered this band thanks to Instagram Reels, and they just bring a whole new level of punk to ska ratio that I just absolutely love about them. I can't quite describe it. They've covered the anthem by Good Charlotte as well, which is fucking excellent if you haven't heard that as well. And it just, everything, I don't know what it is. They're just catchy as shit. I just love it. I just love it. The use of catchy choruses with the brass instruments and everything. I just think they're bringing a whole new level of ska punk to the world.
Yeah, I'd be honest, I'd never heard of them before. So you sent it over, so I had to listen to it, and I was like, this is really good. This is very less than Jakey. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, but it's almost like it's like a whole new era type thing, because obviously Lester Jacob been around for donkeys, Rubik Fish been around for donkeys. I feel like Millington are going to be the next wave of this sort of genre of music. You know, they're really fucking good. I highly recommend you check them out.
I'm gonna listen to a bit more of them because I did really enjoy that song, and you definitely intrigued me with the Good Charlotte cover because I love that Good Charlotte song. So
it's really good. Obviously, it's so good. The instruments, it's amazing.
I shall have to give that a listen. But yeah, that was a really good. I did really enjoy that song. To be fair, I like the fact we've gone two very different sides of the spectrum this week. Because my single of the week, I didn't even know was coming until I randomly stumbled upon it on YouTube. And that is the absolute fucking legend that is Billy Idol. Is back of his brand new single, Still Dancing. Off his new album, Dream Into, out 25th of April.
What was really funny, so obviously when I got sent this, and I was like, in my head immediately, I just went, didn't Elton John write this?
Oh, I can imagine if it was an Elton John cover.
I'm still dancing. And I was like, really? And then I realised it's not.
I had no idea this song was coming. I was on YouTube at work. I was scrolling and it said Billy Idol Still Dances. I was like, oh, Billy. And it was like released 1 hour ago. And I was like, huh? Billy Idol has a new song out? So I thought, oh, do you know what it's going to be like? We all know, like, Asian rockers fucking releasing new songs, tarnishing their pissing memories these days. But let's give it a listen. Clicked on it. I was like, holy shit, this is good. Like, this man
Asian rockers tarnishing their careers, Jamie Westwood. You fucking love this shit. You would love it regardless.
I love that old... Have you heard the new Guns N' Roses song?
No. Is there a new one?
Yeah. Fucking Motley Crue, one of my favourite bands of all time. The last couple of songs they released. Like, no, just stop it. Just stop it now. It's starting to annoy me now. But no, this is an exception to the rule because... fuck me, is this good? He sounds just as good as he did in the 80s. Like, Steve Stevens is still fucking killing it on guitar.
What a name. What a name.
It's a great name, and it's Steve Stevens.
Look, his parents there, they're like, what should we call him, love? I mean, I just, you know what? I can't think of anything. Just use his fucking surname as his first name. Fuck it. Julie, look, I can't be, but I'm knackered. I've had enough. Just call him Steven Stevens. Fuck it.
I already wanted this guy for the show, but I'm going to try even harder now. But it's phenomenal. Billy Idol, Still Dancing. If you've not listened to it, go check it out now. I cannot wait to hear the rest of this album because this song is fucking great.
You really did your research. I didn't do any of my research. I just looked at it and went, that'll do.
Hey, you know I like to do my research on things.
Yeah, so, but I think people, go. So you got Landslide by Millington and Still Dancing by Billy Idol, two very different
tracks this week.
Kettles of fish. But I suppose we should get to everything that everyone's, the segment that everyone waits for on a weekly basis.
Oh, do they know?
Start Tom's Journal. And welcome to another edition of Tom's Journal. Jamie,
yes, sir.
Welcome to another edition of the journal. This is another favourite of mine. Being kissed in your sleep is like, it's like the purest form of love. Unless you're home alone, Or in prison.
That took a sinister turn fast.
Do you remember this from primary school? Because this made me go, oh my fucking God, yes! It's almost like an advert, this. Grazed your knees, snapped your leg, cracked your head open, stick a wet paper towel on it and see how you're at lunch.
What makes this better? That is still a thing, because Harrison made a joke about it the other week and I was like, they still do that?
Put a wet paper towel on it.
Yeah.
Teacher, I've lost my arms. Stick a wet paper towel on it, see if they grow back.
It'll be fine. No problem at all. I remember something from primary school days the other day. Becky showed it me. Do you remember this? Where is it?
No.
Do you not remember that? Why don't you fuck off?
Nope.
No? Okay.
I guess we were normal outside of Birmingham, I don't know.
Hey, come on.
Why don't you fuck off, mate? You know what we used to do? Fuck off. Yeah.
In year six.
We used to do all that.
Yeah.
Oh, Jamie. Imagine fancying someone, then finding out that their job is dressing up as a pirate at Alton Towers.
I feel mean demeaning someone's work, but you've got a point. Like, how do you bring that up on a date? What do you do for a job? I work in a bank and I've got all this. I dress up as a pirate at Alton Towers.
Oh, I work in an ice cream shop. I have to wear a bright yellow jumper with a pig on it. It says I'm a folly farmer on the back.
That explains why I was single for so long.
Oh, I'm burning sage, and my boyfriend's talking about it irritating his skin. Yeah, I bet he's a demon.
I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense.
I'd check just to be sure.
The logic is there.
Yeah, exactly. James, do people who run marathons know they don't have to?
The amount of times I've had that thought, you watch people like, fuck that, why would you choose to do that? Like, I run if I'm late for something, and if something's chasing me, that's it.
Yeah, I do it at work. I like to if someone's walking up or down the stairs, I like to just run half of it. Just to make them go, fuck, fuck, fuck. Like, don't do that to me. Like, I'm not going to push you. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to fucking just push you down these stairs, am I? What do you do if someone just ran downstairs and just went, bye?
You moved too slow.
Oh, do you know what? I wish I could use the Find My app to find my fucking will to live.
Fuck's sake.
Oh, I love that one. Whilst helping my daughter out with her World War II homework, she asked when they learned about Captain America and Hydra, or the box Indiana Jones found that melts people, because that's when things will get cool. I can't decide if this means I'm totally failing as a father or I'm just fucking crushing it.
Totally crushing it. 100% crushing it. I mean, I wish we'd learned about the Ark of the fucking Covenant in school, but no.
I'm trying to think if I've even seen the Indiana Jones movies, the originals.
They are very good.
I feel like I watched one really young, but I can't remember. Might have to go back. Might have to go back at some point.
Apart from the fourth one. Don't worry about that one.
That's not an original, is it? Wasn't there two? Or three? Three, yeah. Do you reckon Banksy's mates knows he's Banksy? Imagine going out with your mate for a bevy and on the way home you just start spraying a wall with all the mad shit.
That's a good point, actually. How many people in his close circle know that he's Banksy? Like, even his mom knows. Like,
I'm intrigued. I bet nobody knows who he is, like at all. I wouldn't have thought so, because if you tell one person, that's getting out.
Yep, 100%. But didn't he own that theme park? Was it Dismal Land or some shit? Surely he
idea.
had to deal with some like business people to deal with that. I'll do it over Zoom and I'll wear a black mask.
I'm sure there's some way around it. There's a horse at the fucking Brits.
What?
You know, see the horse at the Brits next to Danny Dyer.
Oh, I think I saw a clip of this.
The DJ that doesn't want to know who, and no one doesn't want to be seen known who they are or something. I don't know.
Fuck, don't go out to the fucking Brits then, you moron.
Thank you for choosing Scottsdale. No problem, pal. There's no other trains.
That's so fucking stupid.
Because there isn't.
God, that's so dumb.
Oh, I thought it was amazing.
That is fucking incredible.
I'll give you a couple more. Why do men hate celebrating their birthdays so fucking much? It's because we're tired of receiving socks from people who expect boat cruises from us.
Oh, fucking. Bravo.
And finally, do you know how much I talked last week about how much I love these types of ones that are like stupidly fantastic, like the T-Rex one about clapping its hands but it's dead, that sort of thing. Yes. I've got another. And this really, really destroyed me and I love it so much. I really want to butch this now to bigging it up. My toddler was about to hit her head on a bar at the playground. So I told her to duck and she cracked at me. Then she hit her head. Oh, and that was another edition of Tom's Journal.
That's one of those moments where you've got to admit kids can be fucking wonderful sometimes.
Yeah. So good.
I can just picture it in my head, which makes it so much better. Duck. Oh, fuck.
It's about getting into schools and talking to young people because, you know, I know that people can change. And it's about talking to people and getting them to understand and perhaps step back from violence and prejudice and whatever. And we just need to work together and keep on the good fight there.
Absolutely. Hey there, guys. We are ecstatically happy to announce that we are associated with the Sophie Lancaster Foundation.
The times are changing, and with the unfortunate death of Sophie, those changes have made a massive impact for the future. If Sophie was with us still today, I can guarantee what you are doing will still be reaching so many lives of young teenagers, young adults, and those who wish to be as different as possible. So thank you very much.
To find out more about this incredible foundation and all the work they do, and more importantly, how you can help, head on over to www.sophielancasterfoundation.com. Mama, Mr. Stevens, Mama, Mr. Stevens. It's a Mr. Stevens, a Mr. Stevens. Yeah.
Nope.
In the midnight hour, she cried more.
Oh, really?
What a carry on the Billy.
Fair.
Looks so disappointed.
Oh, yeah. There was him, to be honest.
Exactly.
Jamie's close, no matter how far. Jamie couldn't be more from the heart. Forever trust in who we are. 'Cause Jamie don't matter.
In hindsight, I should have gone for a Metallica song too. That would have made a lot more sense.
But still, there we are. This is the one I know.
It's audience participation time. Yeah.
Give me Jamie, give me fuel, give me that which I desire. Jamie, participate, bitch, participate, motherfucker.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I now never need to wonder what you're like on drugs because I imagine it's just that.
That's why I don't just take them. Because I sound like I am all the time anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to participate in Jamie's Participation Challenge. This week, I said, over the years, Mr. Stevens has enjoyed singing various different songs in the vocal stylings of Mr. Metallica vocalist James Hetfield. With that in mind, this week we're asking, what song do you think would sound better if sang in Mr. Hetfield's unique voice? What say you, Mr. Stevens?
Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, tang, tang, walla, walla, bang, bang. Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, tang, tang, walla, walla, bang, bang. I am the witch doctor. I was in love with you, do. I told the witch doctor I was in love with you, do. And then the witch doctor, he told me what to do. He told me, ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, tang, tang, walla, walla, bang, bang.
Challenge over. Tom won. There's nothing is going to top that now.
Obviously, I love Castles in the Sky as well. I love doing that. Oh, funny.
Jesus Christ.
We build castles in the sky. Oh, tell me why. All the castles way up high.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Nothing's going to beat that. Like, how? How do you beat the witch doctor by the cartoons? Oh, fucking hell. I'll tell you what, though, some people have given it a good try. Let's get some audience answers. Andy Mansell, Cotton Eye Joe.
If I'd been forgotten, I'd Joe. I'd be married long time ago. Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
You're going to be knackered by the end of this.
I want to know all of them.
Becky Westwood, Dedication to My Ex by Lloyd. Do you remember this song? I didn't think you would. I only remembered it the other day thanks to a TikTok video. And I can picture in my head. There is a part in it where it goes, yeah. So it could definitely work. As long as you've got the word yeah in it, you can hit it. How did it go now? Oh, girl. That pussy. Yeah, it was pretty vulgar, actually. But yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I liked the radio edit version. It was really catchy. I enjoyed it. And then afterwards, I realised there was like a really vulgar version of it. I didn't have a clue. But there we go. Liam O'Donnell, Bat Out of Hell.
Like a bat out of hell. That's all I know. I'll be gone.
Anna Maranga, this really amused me. I'm a little teapot.
I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here's my handle and here's my spout.
Oh, your father, Darren Stevens. Anything by Cliff Richard. Okay.
Oh, brother, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Mate, you knew any Cliff Richard songs, to be fair.
Man in Prayer. That's the one I know.
I know the young ones and the Christmas one. That's about it.
Oh, Christmas time, mistletoe and wine, children singing something and something.
I'll be impressed if you know the lyrics to this one. Adam McAvoy, Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter.
No idea.
No, I didn't think you would.
Espresso.
Oh, fucking hell. Kelly Clayton just says do, but I'm not really sure what she's meaning.
Come on and do the conga.
Oh, okay. That makes it. Okay, that would be incredible by James Hetfield. Fair play. Oh. Jamie Martin has given us two, which really fucking made me laugh. First one is Soldier Boy, crank that.
You! Soldier Boy, crank that hoe! Maybe I'm singing more then, fuck it.
Apparently so. And the other one is She Loves You, yeah.
She loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Loves you, yeah, 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 yeah. Living la vida loca.
Surprised that wasn't there. I'll give you two more. Gemma Williams. I'm going to go all out here, but I think I might actually enjoy any Coldplay song if it's sang by James Hetfield. I only vomited in my mouth a few times whilst writing this.
What song should I pick?
There's so many.
I can't even think of any of them now. They've all gone up my head.
Yellow was the first one that pops to my mind.
How's that go again?
Look at the stars.
That's it. I had Snow Patrol for some reason stuck away. I don't know why. Let's go. Light up, as if you had a choice.
Get bonus songs.
What? Look at the stars. Look how they shine for you. Oh, yellow.
And last but not least, answer was given by 4 different people. So James McPhee, Ollie Roylance, Mikey White, and Paulie Dobson all say, it's so obvious, isn't it? Yeah, by Usher.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, fuck me. Oh, God, the stabby heads come back. Oh, that was fucking incredible. I'm worn out from that, and I didn't even do any of them.
A massive thank you to everyone that participated in Jamie's challenge. I do like putting Hetfield on everything. I don't know why. I don't know why I even started doing it.
It was bar fight days that started, weren't it?
Yeah, with Castle in the Sky.
Yeah.
I swear there was another dance track I did it to as well.
You did, but I can't remember what it was. It was that long ago.
I can't remember. Thank you to everyone who participated. If you enjoyed Jamie's participation challenge, Tom's Journal, Callum's Reaching, Single of the Week, the interview, and then you enjoy the other 161 editions of the Chronicles Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts from. It'll be Spotify, Google, Apple, wherever it is, Heart FM. Any of those bad boys, you'll find us. Good pods, good reads. I don't know. Find My iPhone. We're everywhere. So Halifax banking. But the most important places to find us are all social media at TCO Pod. That's all social media: Facebook, Instagram, Threads, LinkedIn, TikTok at TCO Pod, or come and subscribe to us on YouTube at the Chronicles of Podcast, wherever you get hit that bell to get notified when videos are released, and comment to your heart's content. That's all social media at TCO Pod. And on YouTube at the Chronicles of Podcast. Hit that subscribe button. And now I think Jamie wants to talk about something else.
Yeah. Before we get out of here, let's say a massive thank you to a few of our friends. Every single piece of music you heard on today's edition was brought to you by the wonderful singer-songwriter Matt Roberts. Go check him out on all social medias at Matt Roberts Music. Give him a follow on Spotify, YouTube, wherever you get your music from. Because they're beautiful songs. I listened to Losing Battle the other day. Haven't heard that in years. Great song.
Oh, it's a great track, that is.
Great song.
Yeah.
And of course, we have to say a massive thank you to Mr. Braden Barry and his Say We Can Fly. Head on over to saywecanfly.shop, see what you like the look of, enter it into your basket and enter the discount code The Chronicles and get yourself 10% off your order. And of course, give our good friend a lot of other support as well. He's got his Anxious Ghost store, his Amber Forest Pictures podcast, and of course, all of his music under Say We Can Fly. And of course, a massive thank you goes out to the Sophie Lancaster Foundation because they are stamping out prejudice, hatred, and intolerance everywhere. And I mean everywhere. This is not a UK issue. It's a global issue where people of the alternative community are being treated differently and looked down upon simply because they are choosing to express themselves and be themselves. That is something in this world we should be able to do, is simply dress how the hell we like and express ourselves how we like. So help us, help them. Head on over to sophielancasterfoundation.com. Familiarise yourself with that story, share it out in the world, and see what you can do to help. And last but not least, a massive thank you to Mr. Stevens over here.
Thank you very much. Graciously appreciated as always. Kawaii. and all that sort of malarkey. Yes, another wonderful addition to the bag, Jamie.
Another wonderful addition indeed.
Another wonderful interview as well. Massive shout out to Oversize. Make sure you go and check out Oversize's brand new album right now, Vital Signs. It's out for the world to enjoy. But as for this week, we will see you all next week for the Chronicles of Caliban.
Goodbye, everybody.
Ta-ta!
Bye.